Hello and welcome back to Excel Perks. Today we will work with some alignment tools and also see different types of data and its format which can be entered in a cell. I have dummy data present in the cells. The formatting is done using the tools that I have explained in my previous video. In case you have not watched it yet, I would recommend you to see it first and then continue with this video. Otherwise, you can continue with this video. In cell A2, we have a product named LEDTV. This value also reflects in the formula bar. Likewise, in the other cells, we have different product names in each row. We can adjust the column width for a better view, manually by dragging the column line. You can drag this to any width you want. Once you increase the column width, you will notice the text is aligned to the left side in a cell. This is what we call value alignment in a cell, where the value present in a cell is located on a specific side in a cell. Let's decrease the column width for column A. Also, let us do it simultaneously for column C, since the width is too small. When we increase the column width for column C, we notice the misalignment of values in the column. By highlighting all the values present in cells, we can automatically adjust the column width for all highlighted columns. From the ribbon, select the Format option as indicated. There are many options present in the drop-down. The one which we want to select is called Auto-Fit Column Width option as highlighted. Notice how the highlighted cells are now automatically adjusted as per their column width. This is how we can adjust the column width automatically using the Format option. When we notice the row height, it seems to be misaligned as well. Hence, let us also set the row height using the Format option once again. From the options, we will select Auto Fit Row Height option as highlighted. The row height is now adjusted automatically without having to do it manually ourselves. Alternatively, you can also press and hold Alt key with H-O-I on Windows to auto-fit column width by selecting the cells you want. We can also enter custom column width value to increase the column width as required. To do this, we need to select the option called Column Width from the Format option in the ribbon. A dialog box appears where you can enter a number which indicates the column width size. Let us enter 10 and see the changes. The column width has increased minimally. Now let's look at the data in column C. Notice that values are not aligned with each other. To align these values, we can use tools from the ribbon. The section highlighted is where you will find most of the positioning tools in the ribbon. Let us now see each of these tools in working. Currently, I'm on cell A2. The highlighted section helps in positioning values within a cell to left, right, or center. Let us click on one of these options to see changes for our cells. Notice how the value of cell A2 has now shifted to the right side of the cell. Now, by selecting the option in the middle, we can position the value in the center of the cell. Likewise, selecting the option on the left, we can position the value to the left of the cell. We can test this as many times as we want. By selecting all values together, we can now position all of them simultaneously to the left, center, or right as we want. Using the same technique, let us now align values in column C to position all the values to the right side of the column. We can also align values to bottom of the cell by selecting the option above. Now let's test these tools further on a dummy text. Also, let us increase the row height of the cell to see the changes more clearly. The highlighted options in the ribbon are used in positioning the values at the top, center, or bottom of the cell. Let us test them by selecting each of the options. Notice the changes in cell C13 as I click on the options. Let us reset everything back to normal. I will now perform the same test on the header of the data present in the worksheet. First, select all the headers at once. Then center align them using the alignment tools. Using the highlighted option, we can provide specific orientation to the value present in a cell. Let us select the first option to see the changes in cell A1. Notice how the orientation has now changed in cell A1. We can also position the value using the alignment tools as well. As you can notice, the value is shifting as per the desired option selected in the ribbon. Orientation is not often used in Excel. It is used in text decoration to showcase the data more beautifully. Hence, I will leave other option for you to test and see the changes for yourself. Now let us look at the options which are used in indenting values in the cell. The highlighted section is where you can find the options for indentation within the ribbon. Let us click and see for our cells how these changes differ from other options. When the column width is small, the values are not clearly visible in the cell and are partially hidden at the same time. However, these values are present in the formula bar and are visible completely as we shift to other cells. Let us select the highlighted option in the ribbon, which is called Wrap Text. This option increases the row width in order to contain the value present in a cell and make it visible at the same time. From the options, select Wrap Text as highlighted and click to see the changes. Notice how the value is now visible and contained inside a cell, increasing the row height of the cell. This option is used when you do not want to change the column width or keep a fixed column width and have values visible at the same time. Now let us format and align the cells and use all the tools together, which we have seen so far. Let us now explore the other option in the wrap text, which is called Shrink Text to Fit. I'm selecting the highlighted option Shrink Text to Fit. But before I select the option, I would want you to focus on the indicated cell A5 and pay close attention as I select the option. The text is shrinked in size. However, the font size remains the same and there is no change whatsoever. Now let us see the next feature of Excel for merging two or more cells. For this, let's consider the dummy text in cell E5. As you can see, the length of the text has exceeded the cell E5 and also occupies space in cell F5 as well. However, notice in formula bar, cell F5 does not contain any value. This is because the value actually exists in cell E5 and has just overflown to its neighboring cell F5 due to lack of space within the cell E5. Let us say that our use case requires both cells E5 and F5 to act as a single cell rather than two independent cells. To achieve this, we will select the option highlighted in the ribbon. This option is called Merge and Center. As the name suggests, this option merges the cells and center aligns the text present within the cell. We will select the first option as highlighted to see the changes in cell E5. Notice how the cells are now merged to form a single cell and the value is also center aligned at the same time. We can test this by shifting to cells above and below the merged cells. The merged cells represent a single cell. Hence, the cell address for the merged cells would be the address of the first cell in which the value is present, which is cell E5 in this case. The other options in Merge and Center option include Merge Across, Merge Cells, and Unmerged Cells. When we select the Merge Across option, we do not see much difference. This is because the options are identical in nature but with some minor difference. Let's select other cells and test the option once again. Notice how the selected cells are merged across to form a single cell, while cells below are single and independent of above merged cells. Let us also add border to merged cells. The border is now attached to all merged cells. Finally, to split cells and form independent cells once again, we can use Unmerged Cells option as highlighted. Notice the cells now are unmerged and are independent once again. We can test this by navigating to each cell and cell gets highlighted as we shift from one cell to the other. Most of the options in Merge and Center drop-down have direct meaning and are easy to understand. But the most frequently used options are the first one, which is Merge and Center, and the last one used in unmerging the cells. The rest are used based on the certain use cases and infrequent in nature. Let us remove the dummy text and reformat the sheet back to its original structure. And that brings us to the end of today's video. To summarize, we have worked with adjusting column width and row height of the cells both manually and automatically. Next, we have worked with the positioning, alignment, indentation, and orientation of the values present inside the cells. We have also worked with Wrap Text and Shrink Text to fit options to contain values within the cell without changing column width for the cells. And finally, we have seen merging and unmerging two or more cells. I would recommend you to practice as much as possible to become flexible with all the Excel tools that we have worked with so far. With that being said, If you like my content, do consider subscribing to my channel. Have a good day. I will see you in the next video. Bye.